About a year and a half ago, in September of 2024, something happened in my life that changed everything. God intervened in my life and opened my eyes to things that I had been spiritually blind to for many years. For almost 4 decades, I lived in confusion and spiritual darkness without fully understanding what was happening. But everything changed the day God stepped in. For many years, I lived a life that looked normal from the outside. But inside, something was always wrong. I often felt confusion, heaviness, and a sense that something around me was never quite right, even though I could not explain it. For a very long time, I ignored those feelings. I questioned myself, I doubted my instincts, and I kept trying to make sense of situations that never truly made sense. Looking back now, I realized that there were dark spiritual influences around me that I did not understand at the time. I now believe that there were spiritual forces at work that kept me spiritually blind for many years. At the time, I didn't recognize it. I was simply living my life the best way I knew how. I was married to someone that, over time, I came to realize I did not truly know. There were things happening around me spiritually that I did not understand then, but today I can see clearly that I had been living in a level of deception and darkness that I did not recognize. I was spiritually lost for many, many years. But the story does not end there, because God had not forgotten me. In September of 2024, something happened in my life. I experienced what I can only describe as a visitation from the Lord. It was not something I was expecting. It was not something I was trying to make happen. But in that moment, God intervened in my life in a way that I cannot deny. When I woke up early that morning on September the 4th of that year, something immediately caught my attention. I had a large hematoma right in the middle of my forehead that had not been there before. At the same time, the presence of God filled the entire room in a way I had never experienced in my life. It was overwhelming, it was powerful, and it was unmistakable. In that moment, I knew that God had come to deliver me. From that point forward, things began to change. Clarity began to return. The confusion that had surrounded my life for so many years began to lift. And I began to see things that I had not been able to see before. For the first time in a long time, I understood something very clearly. That Jesus Christ is real and his power over darkness is real. The Bible tells us that we are not just living in a physical world. There is also a spiritual battle taking place. And sometimes people can live for many years without realizing the spiritual influences that are affecting their lives. And that was my story. But God, in his mercy, opened my eyes. He restored my clarity and he showed me that there is freedom in Jesus Christ. I am sharing this testimony today for one reason: not to accuse anyone, not to attack anyone, but to tell the truth about what God has done in my life. If you are watching this today and you feel confusion in your own life, if something inside you has been telling you that things are not right, if you feel spiritually lost or spiritually burdened, please know that God sees you. And he has not forgotten you. The same God who intervened in my life is able to intervene in yours. Jesus Christ still saves, he delivers, he restores, and he still sets people free. If God could open my eyes after so many years of confusion, he can reach anyone. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day.